and gentlemen, welcome to Ryse Wrestling, May 14th of 2022. It is a battle of extraordinary gentlemen. My name is Jim Amato, being joined by former Ryse Tag Team Champion Ty Press. And Todd, tonight is the night that so many fans have been talking about.
It's going to be an incredible evening of professional wrestling, and we're kicking it off with the return of a former great superstar here in Ryse Wrestling. He's taken a lot of time away from the company, but he is back, and he is looking to make a name for himself once again. You know, David Lawless spent a lot of time in the Grand Championship picture back in the theater days, but we are here in the new Stronghold Arena, and Lawless is looking to make a statement tonight.
And the gavel is not empty-handed, bringing that Orcum title to the ring here. The Orcum title will be on the line. The gavel won that championship at WrestlePit. Those shows you can see over at our friends at IndyWrestling.us. This is a young man that you're seeing right here, Cowpoke Paul, who rode into Ryse Wrestling and has really won over the hearts of these Ryse fans here in Uniontown, Pennsylvania.
Yes, he is. He has one of the most popular Ryse superstars we've had in a long time. He has shown that he is more than a flash in the pan. It's no fluke. Cowpoke Paul is here to once again show everyone that he is here to win in Ryse.
Ty, you were here on the call last month. I saw it on IndyWrestling.us. Cowpoke Paul just four weeks ago or so defeated Christian Noir. We know that was a very tough test, but now we're upping the stakes. Championship stakes here on the line for Cowpoke Paul.
And absolutely, championship stakes on the line with that title. There is a lot of footage of Lawless out there, so while this is a competitor we haven't seen in a long time in Ryse, there is a lot of footage that exists of Lawless. Now, has he changed the game? Has he changed his moveset, his arsenal? That I'm not sure. I don't know what has changed between his last appearance here in Ryse and tonight. I'm sure Cowpoke has done his research. These Brandon K trainees, these Stronghold graduates are very well versed in the mental game, and you got to think that Cowpoke Paul's done the research to prepare for someone that he hasn't normally seen here in Ryse Wrestling.
And when it comes to mind games, unfortunately, Ty, the gavel may be the most notorious on the Ryse roster, because this guy will sink to anyone.
Yeah, there is no low too deep, like you were saying, for David Lawless, the gavel himself. But you see the crowd fully behind Cowpoke Paul here. It's not 50-50, it's not even 80-20, it's 100-0 for Cowpoke as the lockup starts this contest.
Seeing the gavel exploit his strength advantage, takes Cowpoke back to the corner. There's the arrogance. That's a trademark of David Lawless. He's a top-tier athlete inside the ring ropes. There's no denying it, but the guy gives me hives. He drives me crazy. I'm having a little bit of a pain in my sternum having a look at the gavel David Lawless. The guy is just a snake.
I understand what you're saying here, but Lawless brings so much to the table. He is such a large man with the size, but the athleticism is unparalleled. We'll see here in this matchup.
Very resourceful inside the ring.
So resourceful, leaves his feet at a great angle, gets good height, but now he's got to reach for the sky.
Stick him up, pal. I believe Lawless was a little taking him back there, taking off guard.
It's not often the finger guns get thrown your way. I would have taken a step back too, especially in today's time. You never know what's going to happen in that ring. It's better to be safe than sorry.
We've seen Lawless exploit that size advantage.
You see a clean break? Oh! Lawless telling the Cowpoke to reach for the sky, and it is going to bite back in a bad way.
Lawless had his appendages all out of sorts there. And now we're going to see some of that Stronghold training come into play here. Cowpoke shoots him off.
Good shoulder tackle. Look at the size advantage that David Lawless has here on Cowpoke Paul.
If Lawless dances like that again, I'm leaving. Up and over here. Lawless puts on the brakes. Swing and a miss from the gavel. And I believe he cracked some of the metacarpals that time.
The mind games being played by Cowpoke Paul. when you're not expecting this, Lawless is not expecting mind games from a competitor like Paul. So you see switching in, a big drop kick there to get the advantage.
And I believe it's time for the gavel to be lassoed up. Version of the Paradise Lock. And this is compromising for the gavel, to say the least.
Compromising position and humiliating as well. And that's going to throw. Oh! Oh my goodness.
You okay? You're a little choked up.
That knocked the wind out of me.
And may have knocked something out of Lawless too. That's as far as I'm going with that.
With that right hand.
Gavel charges, runs into a back elbow.
Now Lawless is all out of sorts here.
Man!
Able to recompose. When you're out of sorts like that, this kind of mind games throw you off. It's really hard to maintain or regain the momentum. If you see a maneuver like that, crashing Cowpoke over the mat now. He's going to grind. Lawless is going to grind this match to his pace. Make sure he is back in control.
Small package here. 2.5. Swinging a miss by gavel here. Cowpoke Paul has been just one step ahead so far. Shoulders down. Out the back door. And Cowpoke Paul knows how to win a matchup. You got to get those shoulders down. And once again, Lawless escapes. But I have to be honest here, for only about his 5th or 6th match in his career, Cowpoke Paul is holding his own with some of the cowl over the gap.
Not just holding his own. Cowpoke Paul, big DDT! Cowpoke Paul is showing that he is, you gotta put him, we're at a point where he's in the top of the conversation for most elusive competitors.
Lawless may be losing that championship here. And Ty, I'm gonna ask you, you were a man that obtained many championships throughout your career. What's your first time championship shot? What's it like for a young wrestler inside those ring ropes?
I had my first championship match in September of 2010, and I was nervous. It is just like you see here. You get it's so
tunnel
much
vision.
It's so much head game, and when you're caught like that, distracted from the outside, it's going to throw you off because you're so focused on winning the matchup that it just anything else that distracts you, it can completely ruin your game.
Yeah, you get that tunnel vision, you can throw you off your game, absolutely. And this is the pace that the gavel David Lawless looks to employ. Very methodical, very meticulous, makes his maneuvers count. Not no press here, not enough body-on-body contact. Cowpoke Paul escapes.
Low on the chest like that, you got a much better chance of knocking the wind out of your competitor. Those high on the chest, up in the chin lariats are good for knockouts. But when you want to knock the wind out of someone, you go low. See, Lawless went low with that gut shot, and then low with the lariat, and now we're going to work on the neck.
Paul ricocheted off the canvas that time. I think the reverberation of hitting that canvas, you can speak to this, that can be very, very devastating if you hit your head the wrong way.
Hit your head the wrong way, you hit your shoulder the wrong way. It is, like you said, devastating. Cowpoke Paul is in a bad way here. Big leg drop.
Beautiful vertical leap by the gavel. To your point about his athleticism earlier, hooks that leg, finds 2.5. Very smug is the gavel David Lawless, but we expected that coming into this match.
Absolutely. When you're as big as Lawless is, you got the guns like Lawless was showing earlier, but you move the way he does, you can be caught. Because you can make up for it. Too much distance.
Maybe a little overconfident here. I don't care if Cowpoke Paul's a rookie or not, you know.
See, Cowpoke Paul's smart move, creating distance, not staying in the same corner, being harder and harder to find. You create that distance.
Trying to be elusive, absolutely.
To see the offensive maneuvers coming from Lawless. Cowpoke Paul, great at creating distance.
2 feet firmly in the chest, puts the gavel on the canvas.
And it's a stick and move process right now.
Pivotal point in this contest here, Ty. Who's going to get up first?
It's going to be Cowpoke, and we're going to see those big outside window back elbow.
Not the softest landing for Lawless. And neither was that huge lariat from Cowpoke Paul.
Greetings from Dry Rock. Not enough.
And you can see in the look in Gavel's eyes right there, he knows he's in a fight. He knows this is not going to be an easy test for that championship.
When you step in the ring with a Cowpoke, you don't know what to expect, and I don't think Lawless expected this.
And Lawless would have egg all over his face if not only is he unsuccessful in his return to Ryse, but he loses the championship along with it. Oh, man!
Wow, Cowpoke Paul.
That could be game over right there.
This one's over. He kicked out!
That's a lot of tenacity right there. That's a lot of guts. That's what that is.
That is that Brandon K stronghold resilience. Brandon K only trains the best of the best when it comes to the Haught category. And you're seeing it right here on display with Cowpoke Paul.
Lawless hit it perfectly that time. He has to be wondering, what is he going to have to do to escape with that Arkham Championship? Cowpoke out the back door. Beautiful! Beautifully done!
Cowpoke crawled over for the cover. Too much time on the crawl over.
Ty, he is getting closer and closer to obtaining that championship, and now Arkham Realty on the apron here. And a blatant low blow. Are you kidding me? Right in front of referee Nick Brown.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match as a result of a disqualification.
Ty, I'm going to tell you right now, David Lawless knew his championship was in danger, and he decided to get himself disqualified to save that title. That's all that happened. That was blatant.
Send a message. Cowpoke Paul should be happy to walk away with the W, another win in the column, but this is not how we wanted it. This is not looking good here for Cowpoke.
Cowpoke Paul's in a bad way here. And turnabout fair play.
Like I said, one of the maybe the most elusive and saddle up stunner. Maybe the most elusive competitor in Ryse Wrestling.
Hello and goodbye to the gavel David Lawless. He saved that championship, but I'll tell you what Cowpoke Paul proved to me is he could be a contender for any championship here in Ryse Wrestling. Women's action on tap here, Ty. I'm going to tell you what, the complexion of Ryse Wrestling is ever evolving, and one of the reasons for that is that young lady right there, Loveless, is as unpredictable as she is dangerous, and the tandem that she now has with Scarlett, they may be the most dangerous pair in all of Ryse Wrestling.
There is no doubt about it. That could very much be a correct, factual statement. You see, like you said, the landscape changes. Loveless has already made an impact in this company. He's looking to do so again right here tonight.
Coming to us from the Stardust Casino, she looks to double down on her reputation each and every time she's in this building.
Introducing her opponent from the 757, she is
Layna Lennox is a young lady that over the past 3 years, since her introduction to professional wrestling, is one of the brightest prospects anywhere on the East Coast, Ty. I know that you're very aware of her reputation from Pittsburgh now, Philadelphia, New Jersey, all up and down the East Coast. Lennox has been making a name for herself, but if you want to make a name for yourself in Pittsburgh, you do it in Ryse Wrestling.
Absolutely, 100%. Loveless knows what she's getting in the ring with here. She knows this isn't a cakewalk. This isn't going to be anything easy. This is going to be a fight.
Part of why you have to be here either at the Uniontown Mall for Ryse Wrestling Live or joining us on IndyWrestling.us is you see the brightest prospects each and every month.
the Sim Squad.
I have a really tough and disappointing announcement to make tonight. I know, I couldn't believe it either. Layna, however you say it.
You can see the crowd getting behind Layna Lennox already. A lot of punches been thrown.
Unfortunately, I suffered an injury.
Oh, that's just bad.
To my ankle. To my ankle. And I decided that that would not be fair to you if I was not in tip-top physical condition because of my ankle.
For some reason, I'm doubting her sincerity here, Ty.
Just common courtesy.
Yes, thank you. I am stunning and I am brave, thank you. So what I decided to do, instead, because I know you worked hard to get here. You worked very hard. I decided to call the aid of a very great friend. Oh, sorry, I'm And her name is
Things just changed.
I doubt the validity of that ankle injury, but I'll tell you what's 100% bona fide is how damn dangerous Scarlett is, and Miss Lennox now has a completely different equation to try to deal with because there is no one, absolutely nobody in independent wrestling today quite like that young lady right there, Scarlett.
So much preparation, so much game planning and tape down the drain now. You gotta hope that maybe Layna Lennox watched the tape of these two when they competed against each other in prepping for this match. Otherwise, this is completely out of left field. Layna's in a bad way here.
Nobody is safe from the wrath of Scarlett. And as I said during the opening moments of this particular matchup here, this new tandem between Scarlett and Laura has put all of Ryse on notice. You know, Miss Lennox considers herself the Joan Jett of professional wrestling, man. She's rock and roll, she'll fight anybody. But I don't know if all the guts in the world can prepare you for Scarlett.
So flattered that you still gonna be around, Layna. I'm gonna be right over here. Right over here. You won't miss me a bit, I swear.
Now, Ty, wait a minute, okay? Outside professional wrestling, I've had a few ankle surgeries. Laura looks fine.
I'm not a doctor. She can hop down there and no, she's not. See, I'm not a doctor. I'm not qualified to make that kind of big drop kick to start the match. Doesn't matter if Scarlett's ready, because Layna is.
Yeah, Lennox is not going to be fooled here. She knows Scarlett is a dangerous competitor, so she's going to go, man. The bell rang, and she's going to fight. Lennox is not going to let her opportunity here at Ryse be squandered whatsoever.
Big power shots from Scarlett. But Layna Lennox fighting back, and you can see that high ground makes his forearms come down that much harder.
Absolutely, having the leverage advantage, improvised offense, she gets shrugged off. Lennox avoids the contact. Oh man, there's the power of Scarlett. Out the back door. You can see Lennox fighting with a sense of urgency already. And she's going to get bull rushed by the Berserker.
Scarlett's just going to say, no, slow down, give her my pace here.
She's going to woman handle Layna Lennox.
Lennox moving quick, like a cat.
Yeah, you can tell she has some jitters here. She knows she's in there with a dangerous athlete.
Big drop kick, though.
2 feet sends Scarlett to the outside. And this may give a chance for Lennox to regroup, to try to give her a new game plan of sorts, because this is completely impromptu.
Absolutely, and Lennox doing the same as we saw earlier, very similar, the stick and move here. A lot of speed, change.
She's gonna take a
direction.
chance. Oh! She hit the floor. No water in the pool, and Lennox may be hurt. But no rest here, no remorse from Scarlett.
Loveless, I think Loveless is actually able to separate the two. Like you said, drain the water from the pool.
No remorse from the Berserker, man. She went right after Lennox.
Yeah, Lennox is still the resiliency fighting back here.
Man.
I don't think Loveless was able to, like I said, drain the water.
Now, where's the ankle injury, Ty?
Well, it's a forearm that she's using.
Lennox is getting mugged on the outside.
So you might be right about the ankle.
I might be right. I know you have glasses on. I think you need a new prescription, pal. You're watching the same match I am.
My prescription doesn't expire.
Oh! Took her head off. Took her head off. Good night. And I got to give Lennox all the credit in the world for kicking out, but she may have been better served to just stay down.
This is unbelievable.
She is in a bad way right here. Clearly she is double tough, man, but she's overmatched. You can see those punches. Look at the forehead, ricochet on impact.
Big axiom. You gotta think the official might want to think about maybe calling this, because we didn't even really get to fully check on the status of Layna Lennox before Scarlett just continued her beatdown, and now.
Yeah, Scarlett is ragdolling her opponent here.
And
if you wanted an example, of how dangerous this combination of Laura and Scarlett are, here's Exhibit A right here. Look at the welts and the redness on the body of Miss Lennox here.
Front and back, legs are welted from that moonsault. It is just, it's going to get to the point you see choking out in the corner. It's going to get to the point where it gets scary. And I think we're starting to get there, and that's not going to help either.
And I'm going to wait for you to explain to me how her ankle is too injured to compete here.
I'm starting to lean towards maybe the ankle is okay. Big running.
And Lennox is on Dream Street. She may be completely out of it here.
This one is over.
She's motionless here.
No!
And I give her credit for kicking out, but again, I'm going to say that Lennox may want to live the fight another day here, because she may be risking some serious injury by trying to continue this matchup.
I'm starting to regret all that money I put down on Layna Lennox earlier this afternoon.
Well, that explains a lot from you. But she's going to try to fight, Paul. Lennox is going to try to fight. How much she has left in the tank, I don't know, but you got to give her credit here, man.
Absolutely. Don't forget, I'm not Paul. Big back elbow.
Look out here.
Big kick. Lennox still fighting.
Wait a minute, up and over. No way. Shoulders down. 2.5. Lennox almost stole one here, Ty.
Scarlett is unfazed. Big knee, my goodness.
Notice how one shot from Scarlett can just turn off the offense of Lennox.
Just absolute momentum killer. Every single strike, every single maneuver in Scarlett's offense is a momentum killer, like you saw right there. I think Lennox is on Dream Street.
And this is where Scarlett likes to dish out that pain. She takes her time because she enjoys hurting people. Professional wrestling to Scarlett is a chance to legally assault her opponents. I don't know if it's about the spirit of competition for Scarlett.
Scarlett trying to get behind Layna Lennox though. She's feeling it. The resiliency to fight out of this.
Able to get back up to a vertical base to neutralize the leverage there.
So important to be back on your feet.
She has Scarlett staggered.
Mixing up the strikes, not letting Scarlett expect what's coming next.
Big Yakuza kick.
An elbow and then a boot. Hitting from different angles so your opponent doesn't see what's coming.
This is a very gutsy performance.
Spinebuster! And as a spinebuster connoisseur and professional myself, I can appreciate a nice one when I see it.
Once again, Laura on the apron, no ankle injury to be seen, as if Lennox needed the odds against her any further. And now she's going to get blindsided.
Brainbuster, wow! Not going for the cover. But like you said, this is about assault.
She wants to choke her out. She wants to choke Lennox out. That's all this is. She wants to prolong the beating. Scarlett wants to prolong the agony of this matchup.
Lennox able to get to the ropes. But it's not going to be enough.
Lennox is out. Ty, Lennox is out.
That's over.
She passed out. She was choked out, but she didn't give up. Give Lana Lennox credit. She didn't give it up. She was choked unconscious, which signaled the end of this matchup. And unfortunately, she is the latest in the names that have fell victim to this tyrannical tandem of Laura Loveless and Scarlett.
Very impressive on 3.5.
Whoa, hey! Badger! The Badger is back! The fiercest female in Ryse is here to kick ass and take names! We haven't seen the Badger in Ryse in two years! The vicious Honey Badger has made her way back to Ryse!
I've spent a long time with Badger when we were part of Primal House. Unbelievable competitor, and they were right to run. Badger with the kendo stick and hate in her eyes.
Ty, we talked about it. The complexion of Ryse is always changing. I believe Ryse Wrestling just got a little more vicious. The Badger is back.
Introducing first, from Runway, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 225 pounds, he is Headshot Colby!
Colby Red has been a terror in Ryse Wrestling since making his debut last year. In a year's time, Colby has definitely sent many a message. He's been in the Grand Championship picture, come so close to being Grand Champion here in Ryse Wrestling, stepping into the ring with a former Grand Champion, Tony Johnson. This is going to be, Jim, an incredible contest between two unbelievable competitors here at Ryse Wrestling.
Introducing his opponent. From St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 195 pounds, he is the Iceman, Cody Johnson!
One of the most loved competitors in the history of this company. These fans going crazy. They love the Iceman.
Ty, I'm going to go on record and say it. I believe if it wouldn't have been for a global pandemic that shut the entire world down, we may have been talking about Tony Johnson as the greatest Ryse Grand Champion in the history of this promotion. It wasn't to be, but I'm going to tell you what. The Iceman stays a contender because each and every time we see him here in Ryse, he's in top form. And that is why Colby Red has such a tough test in front of him right now.
If there's someone that had the dice fall the wrong way every single time, the smile on Tony's face, he loves this sport. He loves competition. I would have been so dejected if I had lost everything during the pandemic. I and just always set behind the 8-ball. Tony is such a fighter. One of the greatest competitors in the history of this company, stepping back into that ring after having so much go wrong. It's great to see someone like Tony sticking with this through the pandemic and come back to Ryse and continue to make statements.
Once again, my name is Jim Lamotta. You're Todd Cross. We're here for IndyWrestling.us here on May 14th of 2022. A battle of extraordinary gentlemen at the Uniontown Mall. Colby Red, Iceman Tony Johnson.
And when going to this kind of contest, you notice that going in slow, never stepping the ring together. This is going to be a major feeling out. And then you see a lot of feeling out in pro wrestling to explain it. You really want to see what is your opponent move like? What's their footwork like?
Their tendencies.
Their tendencies. Throwing that kick just to see what's the reaction. What's Tony going to do? How does he step? How does he back away? You can see that's what the feeling out process is between these two, because they got to try to gauge in the moment to see how they need to adjust their game plan. Now, no PC steal here is also very important too, because when you have that entity on the outside calling out instructions, you got that set of eyes, like the set of eyes in the press box that can call down to the quarterback and give you coverages, give you reads and tendencies. Not having that, especially when you're used to it, like Colby has been, is a difference maker in a matchup like this, especially against someone like Tony Johnson.
Notice Colby using a slight height advantage to utilize some leverage to reverse the wrist lock.
And both men are very comparable in size and speed. I think Tony does have a slight edge in speed. I think Colby does have a slight edge in size. I don't want to give him the edge in power, because Tony is one of the strongest people I've ever seen, especially at a size that
Tony's working on a key lock. If he's able to hyperextend that arm.
Very, very Cesaro-esque strength. It's deceptive how strong Tony Johnson really is.
And the Iceman has Colby all tied up, and this is a way to wear down an opponent, essentially, not allowing Colby to get back up to that vertical base and make him expend the energy to do so.
Yeah, but then you see the big forearms. Colby saying, all right, we're going to change the game up. I can't grapple with you. But Tony's showing, brother, you cannot strike with me either. I'm one of the best in the game.
And listen to those shots. Just listen. Just listen.
Wow, unbelievable.
You can hear the impact.
And I've felt it before. When you look at what Tony can do on the mat, and that's not even the best part of his game, it is so impressive.
And Colby is playing literally on the ropes at this point. The Iceman looking to press the advantage, may be able to make quick work of the prospect, but there's Colby showing wisdom beyond his years.
Yes.
Rolling to the outside, creating a timeout. You can speak to what this does in a matchup.
Well, you get a chance to breathe, except when Tony Johnson's in the ring, big suicide dive there.
Pressing the advantage and willing to take a chance.
Tony feeling himself right now.
And Ty, I'm going to ask you, because for a long time, you were part of a tag team that was on the cusp of championship success. You realize that success. For someone in that position, Colby Red has all the potential in the world. How is he going to realize that success? How do you think he needs to tweak his game just a little bit here and there to get over that next hurdle?
Well, the first thing is you can see the ring awareness to utilize the ring post to suck Tony in and then reverse momentum and send him into the ring post. Colby's just going to stay focused. The ebbs and flows of this business are unbelievable. The highest of highs, the lowest of lows. You just got to stay the course. If Colby stays the course, it will happen eventually.
And I believe, this matchup is a true opportunity for Colby, because to realize that potential, if you knock off a former Ryse Grand Champion, that's a way to keep yourself in that conversation.
Absolutely. And you see that shoulder. Tony's going to have to start thinking about protecting that shoulder. That's 2 shots to the post now.
And even from a mental standpoint, to have Tony have something else to think about, something on his mind.
And the shoulder is so fickle. An injury to the shoulder, you don't know how serious it is live in the game, because the shoulder can be so fickle. So an injury, anything to the shoulder, like you said, is going to throw your game off completely.
Diving European uppercut. Extra momentum for extra impact, finds 2.5. man, you see real flashes of brilliance from Colby Red. The potential is there. We can see it written all over him.
Colby is, like you said, flashes of brilliance. He's a brilliant competitor in that ring. The arsenal, the moveset, the speed, the size. Both men in the ring right now are 5'2" players for sure. Wow!
And right there, Colby may have suckered in a former Ryse Grand Champion. I believe Colby knew exactly where Tony was going on that one. He was able to telegraph it and follow up here, gets 2.5 one more
Tony
time.
not known to underestimate competitors, but I think Tony maybe underestimated the knowledge that Colby would have for going for that second suicide dive.
And you can see that, to your point earlier, Tony's still favoring that arm, favoring that shoulder. Could that be a target for Colby?
It should be a target for Colby. All his forearms, you can see laying those
And I'm assuming BC Steel was preparing for his 6-man tag tonight, so perhaps that's maybe why he's not out here. You have to think if BC was here, he would be telling Colby to target that shoulder.
You see Cowpoke's inflicting pain.
Well, he wants to rough up Tony Johnson.
He's going to impose his will. He's a bully in the ring for sure, especially when he's in control.
Beautiful, beautifully done. And did you notice the energy that Tony had to expend to get his shoulders off the canvas?
Look at this maneuver here, this hold.
I don't know if I've ever seen this variation of a dragon sweeper there with both arms with an S-grip behind his back, almost a tweak on an MMA type maneuver.
And that's going to make it difficult for Tony to break the fingers, but it's also even more difficult for Colby to hold on. Calculated risk there didn't pay off.
Iceman going to try to fight back here, gets elevated. Wow! Oh, man! Nasty landing, and that was almost it right there.
Colby Red, so much power. Tony, that large frame.
Tony bounced on impact right there. That was a nasty landing.
Now look at Colby stalking Tony.
Yeah, I believe that demeanor of Colby Red may be the most defining trait of him as an athlete, because Colby is all business inside there, man. There's not many people that can compete with the strikes of the Iceman, but Colby's putting himself in the discussion right here.
Just resetting again 3 times to the chest. Those running Europeans.
And you've been hit with a European uppercut, and that drives all the air out of you.
Oh, absolutely. And Tony's the hardest I've ever been hit in my life with the European uppercut. And those look just as hard what I saw from Colby Red.
Iceman wiggles free here. Misdirection.
Another powerbomb. Tony rolls it through.
And that time, the Iceman had it scouted. As the tide is turning here. This crowd in Uniontown rallying the Iceman. Beautiful 2 feet firmly in the chest.
That lariat from the Iceman. Momentum is so important, and it looks like momentum's swinging back. Big backbreaker, wow.
Added torque for added impact there. What a matchup here, Ty.
I knew it on paper. This was the match I was most excited for. Just seeing these two in a ring together for the first time. And they are not disappointing. Tony's setting up here.
I believe Colby may be, he may be hurt here. Wait a second, that's Christian Noir.
Oh,
What
no.
the hell is that?
What was that?
And that green, it's a powder, that smoke, what is that? And what the hell is the meaning of the war being out here? Colby's gonna steal one. Noir gets the assist. But what is
Red gets the victory. And
what is the meaning of this?
Christian Noir feeds on chaos, and he's creating chaos in that ring. And Tony, we don't know what that powder was. That was green. Tony could be in serious trouble. He might need serious medical help here. I don't know what that powder was. That wasn't a traditional wrestling powder.
Colby Red got the victory, but the bigger story may be the Iceman now has a target on his back, courtesy of Noir.
Let's introduce first,
Primal Fear made a huge statement with the last event, picking up a big victory against Warhorse and Colby Red, that version of Steel Court, and now they're coming out here with an opportunity, I believe, for the Tag Team Championships.
Ty, we saw this dynamic trio make an impact here in Ryse. Primal Fear has returned.
And you got to think a victory here tonight will set them up with that opportunity for the titles.
Ty, in many ways, 2022 is a year for breakout athletes to make their name on many different platforms in professional wrestling. These three young men have been making waves everywhere they've gone across the independent scene.
All Elite Wrestling, Ring of Honor, absolutely killing it nationally. Wait a second, I know that music. You gotta be kidding me.
Introducing our opponents. On a combined weight of
How did we get the brew? Okay.
I think these fellows have seen too many Wesley Snipes movies. That's all I'm gonna say.
I think these fellows are big fans of 90s pro wrestling, and they are feeling themselves, and I get it. They're a great success, and they've shown, look at all the gold that they carry. That is indeed the definition of great success. We're gonna hear from Geddy now.
Why are these guys making a joke out of this event here?
Ladies and gentlemen of the wonderful Union Town Hall. Guys, I want you to hear this too. I have something to pass out.
They're a bunch of demented cosplayers. That's what they are.
On this last month, I was in Florida, and you want to know the truth? I actually miss these people, guys.
For some reason, I'm doubting his sincerity.
We are back and better than ever. We are the great success. I am the superior athlete, the superior man, Joey Sincerity. This is the great Alexander. This is a successful saint, Jordan Styles. And you know what? You want to know what? We just got a little bit better. We got magnificent, baby. This man right here, magnificent, Gerard, Garrett. We are the great success. And before we get started with the Lost Boys,
The Lost Boys, they're dressed as
we got
vampires.
something special for you, big man. You see how we, right here, Run Dog, you see how we can run this under the freebird rule, which means you are 25% and Ryse Tag Team Champion.
The math checks out.
And we sincerely can do math. I wonder what Buddy Roberts would think of this guy.
Something you'll never be.
I don't think Terry Bam Bam Gordy would be impressed with any of this. But that's Ryse
You
management.
just get off the Royal Field. Why is he wearing those boots?
Chris LaRusso at ringside.
Alright, enough's enough with this freebird. Actually, wait a minute, wait. So, the freebird rule says that a four-man or a three-man group can hold the tag team titles, right? Right? That's what the freebird rule says. Well, I see a four-man group here, and I see a three-man group there, so if the freebird rule applies to you, it should also apply to them. So right here, right now, this match is
we're talking about them earning a
I
championship.
thought this was to earn a championship
This could
match.
be the championship. There's a cover.
And it is all broken down here.
Well, Sinceri just talked their way into a championship defense. That's what happened. Sinceri ran his mouth, and now they're getting what they deserve. And Primal Fear are tag team continuity personified. These guys are a well-oiled machine, and Great Alexander is finding that out right here.
He is getting hit from so many different angles at such speed. I'm not even going to try to call this action.
Primal Fear could walk out of this building with those Ryse tag team titles. Matthew Owen, Gabriel Haught, Adrian, they're all there taking out the Great Alexander right here.
Soriano and Haught on the outside. Owen in the ring.
And I believe Alexander may be seeing double of all of them. He may be seeing 6 athletes in there.
He's in a bad way for sure. Luckily able to get to the floor. And Primal Fear holds the high ground.
And I'm loving this right now, man. The Great Success came out here. They treated this like a joke. They thought they were going to have fun, make fun of everybody.
They were kids having a good time.
Well, now their titles are in jeopardy.
That's true. That's very
They
true.
talked themselves into a title defense. And now the Great Success are trying to regroup, but I don't know how well that's going to work out.
And I'm not sure who's in this matchup. I'm not sure if Magnificent Garrett, Gerard, I believe it is on the outside.
That's Gerard Garrett.
That's what it is. I'm not sure if he's even involved in this matchup.
From what I can see here, it's going to be Primal Fear as a unit against Great Alexander, Jordan Styles, and Sinceri as the Weagle competitors, but who the hell knows where this is going to go from here.
Wow.
Nicely done. Alexander had no idea which direction that attack was coming from.
And that's so
Offense from
important.
all angles.
That's so important. The changing in direction, the changing in angles, not letting your opponent see where you're coming from is going to help limit the chance of reversals from the opposition.
Blind tag.
Yeah, and Soriano didn't see it.
And Sinceri is obviously going to take advantage of this. I believe these guys realize how much of a threat Primal Fear is to their championships, and now they're going to finally take this thing seriously. All of a sudden, Sinceri is not quite as confident when he has to face someone one-on-one.
It's a smart move to take a rope break and use that distance.
Yeah, leverage maneuver and quick tags. You can speak to how effective those quick tags can be.
Quick tags are so important, making sure you keep your wind.
And exploiting the positioning of the official as well. Now, Ty, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to put you on the spot here, but you have a PhD in tag team wrestling.
Thank you so much.
So, if you're the Great Success, how do you isolate an opponent here?
Isolating an opponent, everybody does it. Everybody tries to do it the best way. You want to cut the ring in half. Everyone knows, cut the ring in half, keep your opponent in your corner. The hard part
is that why Jordan is putting himself between the members of Primal Fear?
Yes,
Neither
sure
of them can make that tag.
Has to dig through you to get to the tag. But it's so much more than that. You're going to lose those opportunities. What you want to be able to do is stay fresh so you can recover if that happens. Very rarely do you see someone cut the ring in half and then that leads directly to the victory. But what you do want to do is inflict as much damage while he is coming out. So if Soriano were to get out of the ring, he's not going to be as big a factor later on in the matchup while you're staying fresh, not taking as much offense.
Hooks the leg that time. And Gerard Garrett at ringside, I don't trust that fellow at all. He doesn't look very trustworthy.
Looks magnificent, I will say that.
And if he's running buddies with the Great Success, you know he's not a reputable individual.
I'm a big fan of the tucked in polo, so he's rocking it, and I appreciate it. You can see Soriano get closer to the ring, and Alexander saying, no, get back over.
Keeping the opposition boxed in the corner is, again, Tag Team Wrestling 101. Styles, as obnoxious as he is, I believe in 2022 we're going to see just how good Jordan Styles can truly be.
We're seeing it right now.
Lackadaisical cover. You're not gonna get it done. First of all, we know the reputation of Primal Fear as a unit coming into Ryse Wrestling. You're not gonna get a pinfall victory like that over any of these three.
No, and you notice Soriano kicking out at 2 and not 1. There's no back points in professional wrestling, so Soriano could be on his back, take that breather, and then still kick out at 2. That's that extra second to breathe, so when you have that cocky cover, Soriano can sit there and say, okay, 1, 2, then get the shoulder up, and look at the movement there. But Alexander not going to allow the tag.
Well, things are breaking down here, and I feel bad for this official because trying to keep track of 7 athletes is going to be very difficult. But we know that the Great Success are going to exploit the rules here, going to exploit any advantage.
Then Alexander telling Jones and Sarah, get out of the ring, I got this.
And again, if you can see the positioning of Alexander between the members of Primal Fear.
This crowd getting behind Primal Fear. And it looks like Soriano's feeling it.
Miscued by Alexander. It comes Haught. Gabriel Haught is going to work, man. He has been itching to get into this matchup, and he came out like a house of fire off that apron.
Wow! Beautiful scoop slam.
And you can see Great Alexander all out of sorts here. He's on Dream Street. Up and over here. Nice agility. And then we're seeing Gerard, Garrett getting involved just like we expected. This is a Ryse tag team title match, and it's being marred by the Great Success here.
It's the numbers advantage. They're going to utilize it. There's just too much for one referee to try to maintain here.
Gabriel Haught getting bucked at ringside. Soriano and Oden are losing their minds on the apron, and I can't blame them. We knew this 6-man tag matchup would be wild, but to have an impromptu tag team title match here is, you just never know what's going to happen in a live Ryse event, man, I'll tell you that.
Big discus lariat there from Jordan Styles, another blocky cover. I think Jordan's determined to get the win with that cover.
And again, we're going to see
veteran official manipulation here.
Blatant interference. Gerard Garrett at ringside. Obviously, this is a plan these guys hatched a long time ago. You have to wonder how much is Primal Fear as a unit going to be able to take because the odds are against them. No matter how talented you are.
Haught will fight back. With a big slam, Jordan Styles able to recover and follows up with another big slam here, but no! Haught's out the back door.
And can he make that tag? And the referee needs to assert some authority.
Styles make a legal tag there, I'm not sure. Omen's in the ring.
Rolling elbow, back elbow combination.
The low bridge.
Look out.
Wow. The speed, the quickness that all three of these members of Primal Fear are able to move. On display here with Matthew Omen.
We could be getting closer and closer to new champions! Shoulders down! Man, you don't get any closer than that.
No, and Styles tried to break up the pinfall, wasn't able to. Sincero lucky to kick out there.
Jordan elevates him here.
Fire and scary, what are we going to see? Heartbreaker. Samoan drop for the win now.
Hey, Ty, who's legal?
You know, it's not my job to know that. It's the officials, and I'm hoping that he does.
Oh, man.
I have never seen a more powerful Uranagi in my life.
We have anarchy here at Ryse Wrestling. Sincere may be the last man standing, but not for long.
Big cutter!
Telegraphed it, got caught, and got planted.
Everyone down. Primal Fear trying to collect themselves on one side of the ring.
We have a pivotal point in this contest here, Ty. The first team to their feet will have an advantage here.
The official not even bothering to count. Battle lines drawn, and here we go.
And it's broken down to a slugfest. All the finesse in the world is out the window. We know how skilled Primal Fear is. We know how skilled the Great Success can be, but it's down to a slugfest. It's down to a fight.
Everybody to the floor. Primal Fear holds the ring again. And I have to quit gambling because I had my money on the Great Success, but it's not looking good right now.
They're unsafe out there. Look out.
Dropkick modern at the table.
Oh, man. Home run swing right here.
So we're out on the low bridge.
Senton takes out everybody.
Wait a second. Sincere wasn't part of the march. What an arm drag. What a boot.
Hot shot. He got hung up right there.
Wow. Beautiful. We're seeing Omen and Sincere. Neither one wanting to give up wrist control here.
It's like a hockey fight out here, Ty.
Look at these two. Shot for shot on the same page.
You want to talk about tag team competition? That's Ryse Wrestling.
Wow, another big back elbow.
You heard the impact.
Gerard Sincere will travel.
Sincere got caught.
He's seen so many different styles, but has he seen Sincere slice?
He
Right
got
on the top of his
spiked.
head.
Absolutely spiked. Sincere couldn't go for that K-Rana. No water in the pool. Forget about it. Miscue from Sincere. New champs, Ty! New champs!
We have new tag team champions!
Primal Fear! Primal Fear!
And the Freeborn Room giveth, and the Freeborn Room taketh away. Primal Fear are the new Ryse Tag Team Champions.
We talked about the Great Success talking themselves into a title defense. Well, they just talked themselves out of the Ryse Tag Team Champions. Primal Fear
champions. Anything can happen live at Ryse Wrestling. And the complexion of the tag team division has changed before our very eyes. Ty, you held those titles first, but Primal Fear holds them right now.
And I don't know who is going to take the titles off of those three wild dogs. Primal Fear.
And as we're going to get ready to go to intermission before our second half here, and that'll give us a chance to reset to try to recollect ourselves.
Wait a second!
What the hell is this? They just blindsided Sinceri, Gerard, Garrett, and it looks like Alexander and Styles are objecting to this. Garrett may have had other plans.
You bring a stranger into the group, you don't know what they're going to do.
Oh, wait a minute, Sinceri.
Whoa!
Oh, you gotta be kidding me! Well, you can't trust jackals, and that's exactly what these guys are. They're gonna pick the bones of Sinceri. A 3-on-1, and Sinceri's done a lot of things, but I don't know if he deserves this.
Wow.
There's no honor among thieves, I'll tell you that, man. And very quickly, it looks like the great success is transforming before our eyes here. This is sick. Gerard, Garrett. When's enough here? Sinceri cannot stand. Ty, he's defenseless.
He's making a statement.
Sinceri may be unconscious and he's being mugged here. And as I said, Sinceri deserves a lot of things. I don't know if even he deserves this.
Great Alexander is having one of the best years of anyone in this company. He is easily the most improved wrestler on this Ryse roster in 2022. And he's showing Great Alexander, he's showing Joey Sinceri, we don't need you anymore. We have me. And you have to wonder, is the great success better off now than they were just 2 minutes ago?
Here's the question, Ty. Gerard, Garrett, a part of the great success, but where does this leave Joey Sinceri?
The following contest is a one-on-one matchup scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, under the care and supervision of Dr. Paul Martin, he is unstable
Geddy Cahoon. I was able to witness firsthand up close in the ring the devastation that Geddy Cahoon causes, wrapping a plastic bag around the face of the Reaper Matt Carter, almost legitimately ending the Reaper, as well as choke slamming Chris LaRusso right in front of my eyes. This is a terror, an absolute terror here, being controlled by this devious mastermind, Dr. Carl Martin.
Second half of Ryse Pro Wrestling, May 14th, 2022.
a battle of extraordinary gentlemen here for IndyWrestling.us. My name's Jim Lyle. Of course, you're still Ty Cross. And to your point, Geddy Cahoon tried to asphyxiate, tried to suffocate the Reaper Matt Connor. And Ty, I'm going to say it right now, I really don't understand why Geddy Cahoon is being allowed to compete here in this matchup after the assault he perpetrated against first Matt Connor and then your broadcast partner, member of Ryse Management, Chris LaRusso. Quite frankly, nobody in this building is safe from the wrath of Geddy Cahoon, who is under the care of Dr. Carl Martin.
Well, Tyler Voxx, the competitor in the ring now. Tyler Voxx and Keith Haught, two of my best friends in this world. Keith especially, and I love what Tyler does in the ring. I love what he brings to Ryse Wrestling. I'm really excited to see if he can maybe bring this monster down to earth. Maybe pick up a win here and set these two back to square one. But you're right, I don't understand it either.
Geddy Cahoon looks like he may be in a trance right now. Dr. Carl there, you can see him backside of your screen, pulling the strings of this monster.
Keith Haught there on the outside trying to mitigate Dr. Carl Martin here. And look at Cahoon already.
Yeah, boxing Voxx in the corner. And there will be no surcease, no mercy from the offensive assault of Geddy Cahoon.
The dropkick staggers but doesn't put Cahoon down. Voxx, an excellent striker here in Ryse Wrestling.
Okay.
That is legitimately
Carl Martin's over here. Okay.
Most terrified I've ever been. This man, Doctor, he has earned his PhD.
Carl Martin's over here, but I'm not calling this thing
psychopath.
until he's out of arm's reach. I'm going to tell you that. Why don't you help me out here? You're a
He did
former
not
wrestler.
go to lunatic school to earn his lunatic doctorate for us to call him Mister, that's for sure.
My heart's in my throat. Look out! Voxx takes out Cahoon. Took a chance.
And perhaps Carl Martin over
I'm
here.
sorry, I gotta collect myself
putting
here.
The fear of God into us has left Cahoon without any guidance.
Carl Martin scared the hell out of me. Thanks for having my back there, partner.
Well, what did you want me to do?
I've seen what he did to LaRusso. I'm not getting involved in any of this. I'm staying out of this. These guys
here to help people. Cahoon with the big shot, shoulder first. And that shoulder looks like it could be out.
And this may be the one opening that allows Voxx to generate some momentum here.
Look at the way the shoulder is dangling. I think it's out.
Did he separate his shoulder?
I think so, but Cahoon using the other shoulder. Wait a second. I think Cahoon just put his shoulder back and used it.
I don't know how Geddy Cahoon blocked out the pain to be able to put his shoulder back in the socket, but it doesn't matter because right now he's going to continue to beat the hell out of Tyler Voxx.
I might have to think of getting on that program. That was unbelievable what we just witnessed.
Geddy Cahoon is a brand of violence that I don't think we've ever quite seen in Ryse Wrestling.
Elbow drop onto the floor. Cahoon throwing his body.
Yeah, using his body as a weapon, Ty.
No care at all. And look at Carl Martin. Dr. Carl Martin, proud of his creation right now.
Dr. Carl would give Freud nightmares, I'm telling you, man. Dr. Martin is one flew over the cuckoo's nest gone.
And very much Frankenstein's monster in the ring.
I believe the creation of Carl Martin. Geddy Cahoon, but look at Voxx!
Wait, Cahoon.
Now remember, that shoulder was just separated and put back, and the strength to block out the pain.
Geddy Cahoon like a missile. Again, using his body as a weapon. And we've seen the tenacity of Tyler Voxx. We saw it in that Ryse tag title match when he continued to fight with a severely injured ankle. So the heart is not in question. The guts are not in question of Tyler Voxx. But when you're in there with Geddy Cahoon, you may not have a choice. It may be simply a matter of time before you're put down by the mad scientist and his monster.
And Cahoon taking these chops in the corner, but the big right hand.
And look at the welt on the body of Tyler Voxx. You can see on his rib cage right there.
Geddy Cahoon may have no soul. And how do you kill that which is already dead? Tyler Voxx is going to have to try to figure it out here in a bad way. But no, Voxx, he pulled himself up.
Look out, what's Cahoon have in mind here? Oh, God! Shockwaves through the body, unadulterated, unfiltered violence by Geddy Cahoon. And this is all grit. This is all toughness from Tyler Voxx, but again, he may just be simply physically overmatched by this mammoth.
He thought this crowd behind everybody's favorite buddy, Tyler Voxx, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Voxx up and over. Cahoon just clubbing Voxy to the mat.
The way that Voxx landed on the mat that time from the force of that strike was just unsettling. And quite frankly, everything about Geddy Cahoon and Dr. Carl Martin is unsettling.
The unstable Martin's monster, Geddy Cahoon.
Looks like he's going into a fit in there. Like, he's more enraged the more these fans try to rally behind his opponent here.
The only thing that can quench that rage is more violence, but Voxx looking to not give him the opportunity. Big cross chops and a huge step up into Garrett from Voxy.
Pinpoint precision caught him right behind the ear. And this may be Tyler's chance, his only chance. But man, Cahoon cuts him right off.
Wow!
Innovative offense from Voxx, and Voxx ain't gonna stay down, brother. Cahoon's gonna know he was in a fight.
Back to the shoulder.
And that shoulder may be the only chink in the armor of Geddy Cahoon. Trying to use that speed, trying to generate some momentum.
Again, misdirections, come on different angles, but still nothing putting Cahoon down. Cahoon goes down.
Hits the canvas. And again, I'm going to point out the physicality of this matchup. Look at the welts. Look at the marks on the bodies
on both
these athletes.
And Martin looking flustered. You can't see him on your screen right now, but I'm directly across. You can see the frustration, but that is going to be very pleasing to the Mad Doctor himself.
And I believe Voxx got clocked right behind the ear that time.
Choke slam. Voxy almost instinctively up to his knees. Not where you want to be.
And that may be the Carmelita's embrace. A choke that I believe Dr. Carl, he was boasting about teaching Cahoon a choke.
This is over. Cahoon, you can see grabbing a hold of the elbow to increase the pressure.
Ty, I'm not sure who is more dangerous. The mind of Dr. Carl Martin or the monster and Geddy Cahoon.
Wait a second!
And no one, absolutely no one is safe from Geddy Cahoon and Carl
Fight,
Martin.
Keith! Come on, fight back, Keith! Oh my, what a headbutt! Unfazed.
I mean, that referee should get out of here. Should get out of Dodge. Oh no, and that's a Carmelita's embrace again.
Wait a second! Cahoon knows!
The Reaper is here. Matt Connard is in the building. He was almost suffocated last month, but Matt Connard is in the building, and the Reaper is heading to the ring.
Matt Connard strikes first!
Carl Martin tried to direct the end of Connard's career. The Reaper wants payback, and he's bringing hell with him to Uniontown.
But Cahoon, too much. Just choking. Oh no!
No, there's that plastic bag again.
Wait a second! The Reaper with a low blow and a pop kick.
They were gonna do it again, Ty. They were gonna try to suffocate Matt Connard again.
And Connard now getting back out there. Security trying to tell him that's enough. But what do you say to him, man? Who's been attempted? They've attempted to end him twice.
And Carl Martin is enjoying this. The maniacal look on the demented doctor's face tells you the story. I'll tell you one thing right now, Ty. This war between Connard and Geddy Cahoon, it ain't over. Not by a long shot.
Not if Dr. Carl Martin has anything to say about it.
You know, Ty, I'm no fan of politicians. But if there's anybody that's going to make me cheer for a politician, it may be BC Steel, because I hope that charlatan gets punched right in the mouth.
You gotta think it's gonna happen. But I don't see BC. I wonder if BC is just gonna get his own entrance here.
Oh, the guy's egotistical enough. He'll think he should get his own entrance.
Oh, now wait a second.
The Mayor of Mayhem has a ring to it, Ty.
The mayor himself here, bringing the largest security detail of police officers I have ever seen in my life.
Let's not forget, Ty, this all started because the mayor of Connorsville, Greg Lincoln, was raising some fundraisers for some great causes for the community of Connorsville in association with Ryse Wrestling. He was interrupted by BC Steel. BC Steel claims that Steel Corp They're going to run for the mayorship of Connellsville. They are going to oppose Greg Lincoln in the next election.
Well, this is as good as any debate. What an entourage the mayor carries with him.
Hey, Ty, you pay all your parking tickets?
I sure hope that I did. I got to go back and look.
Now, from what I understand, Ty, Greg Lincoln, he's been putting in some time. He's been putting in the training reps at the Stronghold Academy.
We've seen what kind of competitors the Stronghold Academy turns out. Now, I know there hasn't been a lot of time, but you got to think that the mayor himself here, you got to think he's learned a thing or two.
Ryse fans, and everyone, what you see before you is a tragedy. While preparing for my matchup in this six-man, I'd heard a cry, and that cry was a burning building. More specifically, the orphans and the puppies that were inside of it, and with no thought to my own personal safety, I went in and saved every single one. Unfortunately, I suffered broken ribs, a torn rotator cuff, a fractured medulla oblongata, and I am unable to compete. And I told the doctor, no, because I need to defeat Brandon K., Tad Jarvis, and Mayor Lincoln, but he said, nay. You need to concern yourself. But don't worry, because I looked at the bylaws and the contract, and it states 3 members of Steel Corp. So it's Calvin Couture, it's Tyler Klein, and for tonight, I signed someone new. For one night, that man, Brandon K., is somebody whose schedule was wide open.
Now, wait a minute. For some reason, I doubt the authenticity of BC Steel's injuries. What, did he need permission to leave the house or something?
Well, you gotta think, if he ran in to save those puppies and those orphans, there were going to be some injuries. Now, once again, I'm not a doctor. I can't check the legitimacy of an injury. I will say, this is certainly, from an in-ring competition standpoint, a step up for the Golden Sheik side of things here.
That would be Steel Corp, and clearly you're on his payoff too, if you're trying to tell that story.
I'm not on a payoff. I'm just going off what I heard. Trust me, if I was on a payoff, I would be sitting here in just a polo and a suit jacket. I'd be sitting here in an all-diamond suit, which would be very uncomfortable.
First of all, BC Steel talked himself into this thing, and now he's talking himself out of it. That's all this is.
And for all we know, the man's a hero. But now it's Brandon and Dalton again in the ring, face to face. And I'm wondering if these two are destined to do this forever.
We saw Dalton several months ago stab Brandon in the back. So you know Brandon is chomping at the bit to get a hold of Dalton Throttle. But clearly Dalton Throttle isn't going to oblige that, at least not at this juncture. Brandon turns his back. Steel Corp going to capitalize here. And I have a feeling that this is a big ruse. This is all a big setup. Dalton Throttle's been in on this thing the entire time.
It's very possible. It's very possible.
So you're admitting that BC Steel is fabricating these so-called injuries.
I'm admitting that it's possible. It's also possible that puppies and orphans have BC Steel to thank for their lives. Up and over. And we're seeing some vintage Brandon K here.
If you believe that BC Steel saved anybody from a burning building, I got a bridge I'm going to sell you down the road in Uniontown.
Well, I'll have to check the prices and I'll have to check my finances. But we can have that conversation. Look at Brandon K. Wow, and look at Tad Jarvis.
You probably invest in Bitcoin, don't you?
I've gambled on 2 matches and lost so far.
Now wait a minute, Steel Corp, no matter who's in the ring, may be eating some knuckle sandwiches. And look at the mayor. You heard of politicians fighting for a cause. This politician is fighting for a cause.
And it looks like we're going to have a meeting of the minds in the ring.
Mayor Lincoln with the button.
No, Dalton slips out the back door.
I thought we were going to see a political body slam, a literal political body slam.
Well, here we go. The social media icon through the middle rope, taking out all 3 Steel Corps members here. I think Brandon Case's thinking about going for the dive.
I don't know how wise this is.
Through the ropes! But Tad Jarvis was in the mix as well. Throwing all caution to the wind here. And is the
no
Mayor
way.
gonna dive?
Ty, they may need an interim mayor because I don't think Greg Lincoln should be trying to do any of this stuff.
No, Dalton Throttle. Tripping up the mayor, now security, the police. This isn't security, this is police. This is the mayor's police escort here, getting involved, rightfully so. Can't attack the mayor like that,
And I believe that Dalton is being prosecuted to the length of the wall.
Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place. And Dalton thrown into the pile here. Wait a second.
Oh, geez.
Trust fall!
Everyone takes out everybody! The mayor of Connellsville has taken out everybody! It's a clean sweep! The results have been tabulated.
Mr. Mayor taking out the competition.
Greg Lincoln may be the world's toughest mayor. I'm going to put that proclamation out.
Not the first political figure to take out the competition, you got to think. 1, 2, Brandon K now.
And after all that, we still have a matchup.
We're going to get back to basics here. We're going to get a nice roll up there from Brandon. Gut shot. Kick up. Neck breaker.
Look at the tandem offense from Team Ryse.
Primal Fear better be on the lookout after a tandem maneuver like that. And this crowd wants Greg in a big way.
That's Mr. Mayor to these fans.
You're right. I'm not on a first name basis, but the fans are.
Well, Greg Lincoln does claim to be a man of the people. I'll stick to Mr. Mayor or Mr. Lincoln
Or just plain old sir. Big body slam by Tad Jarvis. Another one you can put in the conversation for most improved in 2022.
Absolutely. I believe we are only just scratching the surface as to how good Tad Jarvis could be.
And this pairing with Brandon K has definitely paid off big for Tad. Learning so much. Because you can learn so much from a trainer, but you learn so much more in the ring, on the road, as a team. But there's Dalton getting involved from the apron.
Another cheap shot from Dalton Throttle, and you know Brandon is just itching to get his hands on Dalton. But now Brandon finds in the wrong part of town. You can speak to this when it comes to tag team wrestling. You know, you get somebody in the corner, whether it's traditional tags or a 6-man.
Look at the movement, the offense. Neck ringer into the elbow, into the cover.
The Runway, they are generating offense from every angle.
And when you are, like you were saying earlier, when you are stuck in the corner like that, and you're really in no man's land for yourself.
And now Tyler
using the
Klein with that, that's a measuring tape for being Mr. Design, designer to the stars.
Well, he's just checking bow tie sizes.
Which is completely illegal, by the way, a foreign object.
He's checking bow tie sizes. He wants to make sure he sizes them up right. Again, I'm not on a payroll. I just calls them as I sees them here. Double back elbows.
You know, Ty, wherever BC is, I hope he has indigestion right now.
That's fair. I had to work with BC. It was a nightmare.
I'm sorry.
I'm not a fan of BC
My
Steel.
condolences.
No love for the man whatsoever. But like I said,
But you'll take his money.
I gotta call it down the middle.
Because you're going to peddle this
I'm
propaganda.
not taking any money. I'm calling it down the middle. Don't oh my, the kip up.
Yeah,
Dalton getting out of dodge.
You see how eager Dalton Throttle was to get involved with Brandon K when Brandon K was on 2 feet.
Well, Dalton's picking his spots, and that was not the spot he wanted when he saw that Brandon was able to get back up, like you said, back to 2 feet. But now cutting back down. Calvin Couture, who I've been in the ring with many times and is not a competitor to overlook. There is such a mean streak in Calvin Couture and in Tyler Klein. Fashion is such a dirty, rotten business, and it's so underhanded at times.
And so's the professional wrestling
And
business.
they bring it definitely to the ring.
Looks that way.
Cutthroat. And there are no more cutthroat competitors than these two. Golden Sheik. Listen to this crowd get behind the owner. Went for an overdrive, but it's not going to work out.
Big running knee strike from Brandon K. But I don't know how much he's going to have left, if he's aware of where he's at in the ring right now, how close he has to be to make that tag.
Dalton's in, and Tad's in.
And you can tell Tad's been putting in the weight training, man. He's bulking up, putting on some pounds. As
Big
I
shot
say,
to the throat.
we may be seeing the best Tad Jarvis we've ever seen in 2022, to your point earlier. Up and over. Man, textbook. I'm sure you can appreciate the technique right there.
As like I said before, a spine buster guy. That's a gorgeous maneuver. Executed to perfection.
Didn't quite cinch up on it the way you would expect though.
Now you gotta think the mayor had some fun offense here, but you gotta think as a competitor, this is really a 3-on-2 matchup. You gotta think that Tad and Brandon are trying to keep the mayor out of this ring.
Wait, the mayor just intercepted. The mayor makes the tag.
But it's not gonna work as the mayor tags himself in.
Mayor Mania running wild in Uniontown.
Those big mayoral arms getting the job done.
We have to remember that Greg Lincoln is not an experienced professional wrestler. He's not used to this. He ducks, he got out of the way.
There, ring awareness from the rookie. There's the slam.
The mayor with the cover.
And Dalton getting out of dodge from the mayor.
Calvin catches the boot.
Oh,
Down
no.
goes the referee. Down goes Brandon K. And this whole thing is breaking down.
And there's no official. Wow, that was gorgeous. And now Mayor Greg Lincoln on the apron, hoping he doesn't have to be the one in next. Beautiful power move, here he comes. Tyler Klein thrown for the middle rope.
Mr. Design just hit the floor, but Dalton Throttle has a chair. Oh, Greg Lincoln's a politician.
This is not what the mayor signed up for.
He's not an active professional wrestler.
This is not a hardcore contest.
And this guy has a city to run. He's the mayor of Connellsville. If he gets hurt, what happens to Connellsville?
He's gonna break his ankle. At least he's not gonna break his pen hand.
This could be a
Still
PR
solid.
nightmare for Ryse Wrestling.
Wait a second. Police are getting involved.
And thank God for the police force here going to protect
These police monsters. That's monster police officers.
Wait a minute, I believe that he just pushed those police officers.
What do you think you can shove the police, because the police will shove you back.
Wait, Christy K's in the ring. The First Lady
Whoa,
arrives.
Dalton's gonna put his hands on, and now the police are taking down Dalton.
The police are gonna cuff Dalton. Don't Throttle's heading to the paddy wagon, pal. Don't Throttle is being arrested.
And he has the right to remain silent, but he's gonna be kicking and screaming on his way out of this arena.
Don't Throttle is being detained. We have a legal proceeding going on in the middle of the ring.
Well, you can't attempt an assault on a non-competitor in front of the police and think you're gonna get away with it. Spear!
I believe Throttle's going to jail, and Tyler Clyde's going to sleep.
Stunner!
Greg Lincoln just hit the stunner tie. No way! Greg Lincoln hooks the leg.
It's in deep! It's over!
The mayor is victorious. The count is tabulated. It's a 3 count for Greg Lincoln.
Mayor Mayhem alongside the Gym Police and Brandon K and Tad Jarvis pick up the win here tonight.
What a moment here in Ryse Wrestling, Team Ryse. And Mayor Greg Lincoln victorious. And wherever BC Steel is right now, you know that he's sobbing. He is in tears, and I love it. Hey, Ty, who's going to bail out Dalton Throttle?
Certainly not Brandon K, that's for sure.
We've been saying it all night, partner. You never know what's going to happen at a live Ryse wrestling event. May 14th, 2022, here at the Uniontown Mall, Ryse Pro Wrestling and IndyWrestling.us present a battle of extraordinary gentlemen. My name is Jim Amata, being joined by Ty Cross. Ty, it is not often that someone gets a title shot on reputation alone, but that man right there, the Savage Gentleman, Victor Benjamin, has been carving his way through the independent circuit. You've seen him on the NWA program, but he's in Uniontown tonight to challenge for Ryse's biggest prize.
And he greatly deserves it on reputation alone, the Butterfinger champion. He is making his name nationwide, worldwide, the Savage Gentleman, Victor Benjamin. But here comes the Ryse Grand Champion, Mr. Fresh to Death himself. Nails on point, beard on point, fit on point, pretty boy smooth.
The Urban Playboy has all the tools. Size, speed, agility, power. He checks all the boxes, and that's why he is the current Ryse Grand Champion.
He's got a better fashion sense than Golden Sheik. He's the largest man on the roster at 6 feet 9 inches tall, stepping over the top rope. You talk about a 5-tool player. Pretty Boy Smooth is a 10-tool player.
The Savage Gentleman, the Urban Playboy. This is a matchup that has been discussed and debated since it was announced. This is your feature presentation.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Ryse World Championship. Introducing first the challenger from the United States, weighing in at 225 pounds. He is the Savage Gentleman, Victor Benjamin.
Obviously, Victor Benjamin not lacking confidence.
Introducing his opponent from the Players Club in Hempstead, New York, standing at a legit 6 feet 9 inches tall and weighing in at 272 pounds. He is the urban playboy, Pretty Boy.
Standing a legit 6 feet 9 inches. A lot of times in professional wrestling, athletes will exaggerate their height, exaggerate their weight. Pretty Boy Smooth is out there to tell you, legit 6 feet 9 inches. Legit 272 pounds. A monster on every single metric, but across the ring, a successful mixed martial artist, a successful professional wrestler, and something that nobody else in Ryse Wrestling brings to the table in Victor Benjamin. This is a completely new challenge for Pretty Boy Smooth, and potentially Victor Benjamin will be the next Ryse Grand Champion.
Athleticism personified is Victor Benjamin.
But are we going to get a gentleman's handshake?
You know, Ty, we've talked a lot about 2022 being the year in which anything can happen in professional wrestling. Victor Benjamin went step for step and competed against Matt Cardona, the current National Wrestling Alliance heavyweight champion. So Victor Benjamin is no stranger to top-tier competition.
Absolutely.
And he's in there with some top-tier competition and Pretty Boy Smooth.
Is Matt Cardona 6 feet 9 inches?
I didn't measure the guy.
Is Matt Cardona 272 pounds?
Shoots in here. Now this may be where Victor Benjamin, using that MMA grappling background that you talked about, may look to neutralize the size of Pretty Boy Smooth to get PB Smooth down to the canvas.
Everyone in Ryse so far has tried to neutralize the size, and it hasn't worked. I'm interested to see if Victor Benjamin has the skill set to do it. I believe he does, but no one else has been able to do it thus far.
Shoots in for the leg here.
Look at the strength. Get off of me, Pretty Boy Smooth.
You can look at the physique of Victor Benjamin. It's not often that he's going to get muscled around, but that's what's happening here.
Talking a little bit of trash, too. But this is going to be a bigger mind game than anything. There you go, little boy. Pretty Boy Smooth is saying right now, and turning his back on Victor Benjamin, the disrespect, the mind games we're seeing back and forth already.
Well, Victor Benjamin has his roots in Pittsburgh, despite the way that he has bridged out all over the country, as you said. But what a way to stamp, to make his claim in Pittsburgh if he wins the Ryse Grand Championship, putting himself as the face of Ryse in one night.
That was a mistake. Victor Benjamin took the handshake, like said, like gentlemen, but then threw that European uppercut, saying, I'm also a savage. And now Pretty Boy Smooth putting the hair up.
You can feel the tension in this building, Ty.
You're just waiting for it to explode, and this might be it right here.
Trying to knot up those quad muscles.
Benjamin down to one knee.
There's that martial arts background trying to employ it here.
Whoa! Big swing.
PB Smooth had that one scouted. As does Benjamin, though, man. These two know each other. They came into this matchup prepared.
Pretty Boy Smooth saying, oh, they're moving so fast in this contest right now. But there it is. Pretty Boy Smooth bringing things back down to earth level.
With these back and forth exchanges, Ty, I really believe we are going to see a definitive winner. There's not going to be any fluke here. These guys are prepared.
Look at the strength. Pretty Boy Smooth throwing around a 225-pound man. And he's looking at it right here.
And if you're PB Smooth, you want to make a definitive statement? Take Victor Benjamin out of the equation. Because right now, PB Smooth is building a legacy in Ryse Wrestling. He is building his resume as the grand champion.
And Pretty Boy Smooth is showing you right now, you know Victor Benjamin did the homework. But he's still unable to neutralize the offense. Because what Pretty Boy Smooth is bringing to this ring, just, I feel like, cannot be neutralized. Oh, that might do it.
If you can't stand, you can't fight, and a bad wheel could change the complexion of this matchup completely.
There's 12-6 elbows now, and a big shot to the quad, to the hamstring, body shots.
It's a good way to take the air out of an opponent right there. Targeting the body, target those ribs, make it more difficult to breathe.
I don't know if PB Smooth has ever had a fight with a broken rib, but I think Victor Benjamin made a mistake.
Victor Benjamin has made a career of being a striker, but he may not want to do so against PB Smooth.
Wow.
The way that PB Smooth is manhandling the Savage Gentleman is just scary.
Out the back door and runs. Pretty Boy Smooth into the post, and that'll neutralize some offense.
That may have been a liver shot there. That's a page out of the Dutch kickboxing book. And Ty, this is I believe the first time that we've seen PB Smooth in this much trouble and this much jeopardy during his reign as the grand champion.
That liver shot could have done some serious damage. You know, with a broken bone, you can see the swelling, you can see the bone, you can see the injury. With a broken nose, with a busted eye socket, but when it's an internal injury like a shot to the liver that does serious damage, you can't see it. So the official isn't going to know. We're not going to know. We don't know how bad a shape Pretty Boy Smooth is in right now. That shot to the glute, just knotting up that whole left leg from knee to glute.
There are certainly pinpoint precision shots here from Victor Benjamin. He knows what he's trying to target. He's being very precise to maximize the effect of each and every one of those strikes.
Less is more. Quality over quantity with these strikes.
And you wanted an answer as to how Victor Benjamin was going to chop down PB Smooth. We may be seeing it play out in front of us right here.
The leg and the liver. Pretty Boy Smooth might be hurt. Not just hurt, Pretty Boy Smooth might be injured. Not even able to get the hands up in defense. Trying to create some distance here, trying to get some breath. But again, unable to put up a defense against the strikes of Victor Benjamin.
Benjamin gets some momentum here, and he hit that one perfectly. And Victor Benjamin looking to showing some confidence here. I'm not sure if that's the right way to go about this.
Wait, PB's hanging on.
But then again, to have the bravado to want to challenge PB Smooth, you have to have the confidence, and Victor Benjamin certainly does. He may be checking his teeth.
Pretty Boy Smooth fighting out of this with one big shot, but you gotta wonder, if the liver's damaged, how long is this momentum gonna last? And it all goes back to that first kick on the floor.
PB elevates Victor Benjamin here. Benjamin out the back door, and immediately, like a pit bull, right back to that knee.
Now we're seeing the rocket strikes, piston-like hands.
We talked about the Dutch kickboxing influence as palm strikes are from Pancrase back in the day in Japan. a promotion that was built on palm strikes. The reason you'll see competitors do that is to avoid breaking their hand.
Absolutely.
We're seeing with PB Smooth how much an injury can change a matchup completely.
Great mixed martial artist, Boss Root and Nate Marquardt competed in the pancrase, and you know that those kind of fighters are an inspiration to someone like a savage gentleman, Victor Benjamin. And now you can see, but this is not something you'll see in every pancrase here.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but to your point, Boss Root made a career of that liver kick that we saw earlier. So
Absolutely.
you're right, there's clearly that influence, and that's what makes Victor Benjamin so dangerous. Cover here, just a 1 count. That's what makes Victor Benjamin so dangerous. He studies so many different styles of combat.
Famously, the liver shot that took down Frank Shamrock. That video is on YouTube if you can find it. It is difficult to watch. And right now, Victor Benjamin feeling himself and deserves it in every way from what we've seen so far. Able to weather the early storm and turn things around in his favor. Now, Pretty Boy Smooth is in a position right now at a crossroads. Are you going to roll over and die, or are you going to stand and fight through the pain of a potentially serious, devastating injury? This is what we're going to see here. This is the resilience that makes a champion. Now, there is nothing wrong with laying down and dying if you're injured, if you're hurt. But are we going to see it for Pretty Boy Smooth?
PB Smooth is not going to give up, Kyle.
I think you're right, judging by that back elbow.
If Victor Benjamin wants this championship, he's going to have to take it, and I believe he's prepared to do so.
Oh, that knee caught the turnbuckle.
But the boot didn't miss. That's a hell of a big boot that caught the Savage Gentleman.
Now PB goes to the knee first. Interesting, but there you see also grabbing at the liver as well.
We're at a stalemate here, Ty. We are truly at a stalemate because this right here, what you're seeing, competition personified. 2 athletes in the prime of their careers battling it out for the Ryse Grand Championship.
And that shows you the offense, the precision.
That shows you the prestige of this title.
But it shows you what Pretty Boy Smooth taking all that punishment, but one big kick, and we are back to square one here in this matchup. But you're right, the amount of fight these two men are putting in for this prestigious title. A title that so many greats of Pittsburgh have held.
And Benjamin may have been rattled by that last elbow shot.
I think Matt Connor, Tony Johnson, Lee Moriarty.
And man, Victor Benjamin got planted.
Derek Dillinger, the lineage of this title is so great. And Pretty Boy Smooth just adds to that lineage, and Victor Benjamin trying to etch his name in Ryse history tonight. And these two are putting everything they have into this contest.
Benjamin could be going for a ride here out the back door. Jumping knee connects. I don't know how well he got it. Did he get enough?
But what a rocket punch there. The Superman punch, but still.
And that heel kick caught PB right behind the ear. New champ! New champ! No! How close was that?
That had to be instinct.
How close was that? That wheel kick caught PB Smooth right behind the ear.
Heel to temple. I thought PB was asleep in the ring, and even Victor Benjamin shaking out his head, wondering how did that shoulder come up? Big chest kicks.
And I believe Victor Benjamin is taking this personal. This Ryse crowd does not want to see a title change.
Very partisan towards the champion.
PB Smooth is their champion here at the Uniontown Mall.
Oh no, Pretty Boy Smooth caught it!
And Benjamin just woke up a giant, a literal giant, and he's about to get stretched every which way.
All the way off the mat! The pressure that this puts on the knee is unreal! But Pretty Boy Smooth unable to hold it. PB has taken so much punishment and damage in this contest.
Look at the exhaustion on the face of both of these athletes. The Savage Gentleman gets planted, and the Urban Playboy does not retain it just yet. Ty, PB Smooth has built a career on confidence. Even he will looks a little unsure of himself right now.
When a champion like PB Smooth's confidence is shook, everything else can fall around it. It is the foundation, not the size, not the strength, not the skill. His confidence is his foundation. And if it gets rocked, it could bring the house down for Smooth.
Big collision in the corner here. And the Urban Playboy is going to push forward. He's going to press the advantage to retain this championship.
Big roll through here. You see checking the knee. What a spin kick to the back of the head.
That was a home run shot right there. That was a home run swing that connected. We may be just moments away from a brand new Ryse Grand Champion.
Deadlift German!
Unbelievable strength. How many people could do something like that to PB Smooth? Hooks the leg.
And not just the weight, but the height. Trying to swing, trying to pendulum that much height over your head. Unbelievable.
That's all core strength from the Savage Gentleman.
And speaking of core, that stomp directly into the midsection, into the liver. And Smooth, pretty boy Smooth can't even get his face off the mat right now.
Ty, who is going to be champion when we're in Baldwin May 28th? Who is going to be champion when we return to this building on June 11th? It's unfolding before our eyes here.
Wait a second. Benjamin slips out.
Look out, high risk situation here. Unfamiliar territory for PB Smooth up on those ropes. Oh, man! He got caught on the butt. Victor Benjamin has PB Smooth up. We could be moments away.
I don't know how PB is still fighting back. He's got him trapped. He's got the arms trapped.
And PB Smooth is getting choked out here, Ty. That's a choke.
And he can't get his arms straight.
PB Smooth may be out of it here. He could be moments away.
He's rolling through. There's no way. Not on that knee. Not with the damage he's taken.
Even with the choke, PB fights through the pain and plants Benjamin.
Keep it, playa. Perhaps the most resilient performance we have seen to date from the Grand Champion against very game competition, the Savage Gentleman, Victor Benjamin.
We touted this as a battle of extraordinary gentlemen, and it sure the hell was, because you saw two prime athletes give you everything they have in Victor Benjamin and PB Smooth. A back and forth fight, competition for the championship. And on this night, PB Smooth would not be denied. He retains the Grand Championship.
And the acknowledgement, will we see it from Victor Benjamin? We will. Greatness acknowledges greatness. What a contest.
On May 28th in Baldwin, PB Smooth will walk into that building.
Get out of town.
Wait a minute, what? Well, this is familiar music, but
It's been a long time since I've heard this.
Wait, what is this? What are we doing here, Todd?
Legacy is the thing we're all working so hard to create for ourselves, right? A body of work that will last forever. Well, a big part of my legacy is that Ryse Wrestling Grand Championship that you are currently the holder of. I was the first ever champion in the company's history, and that's something that I carry with pride. PB Smooth, I've been watching how hard you've been grinding, working, elevating yourself, Pittsburgh Wrestling, and everyone around you to a new standard, and that's something that I respect. But this isn't about respect, this is about legacies. And on June 11th, I'm returning to Ryse Wrestling to take your Grand Championship and elevate my legacy and become a 2-time Grand Champion. So watch your step and protect your neck.
Did you hear that? Lee Moriarty
June
returning
11th.
to Ryse.
AEW superstar and former Ryse Grand Champion, the Apex of Combat, is back in Ryse to challenge for the Grand Championship.
Pretty Boy Smooth has a lot to think about, a lot to evaluate here.
Ty, we're out of time, brother. For IndyWrestling.us, for Ryse Wrestling, my name's Jim Amato. We'll see you in Baldwin May 28th. We'll see you back here in Uniontown June 11th. The Apex of Combat is back in Ryse. Lee Moriarty versus PB Smooth. We'll see you next time.
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.